memorable a touchdown catch as that one was before walking into that thing?
Yes, sir. That was it was crazy. Right place, right time.
What'd you see? Take me back through it.
I was on my overall and coming across the field, and I see the ball kind of like overthrow it a little bit, and so we're always taught to chase the ball, and so I was doing just that, and my initial reaction was like go tackle him because I'm thinking it's gonna be an interception, and so I was gonna get in pursuit to tackle at this point, but I see it hit off his chest, and by grace of God, it was just like in my face like this, and I just grabbed it. I was like, wow, go, run. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Did you and Javian have any debate over who should have been #1 on SportsCenter with their touchdown catches?
Oh, no, not at all. But by far, his was ridiculous. It was crazy.
I mean, you were on the field on that play. What did you see on him being held and then just putting one hand up and snagging it?
I told him it was crazy because like seeing it first person, like I'm watching it like firsthand, and just seeing like the way that he grabbed the ball and it just like stuck. Like I don't know, I couldn't help. I started like jumping around. I was like high kneeing, sprinting to him, and it was crazy. That was a crazy catch, amazing catch.
You feel like you're kind of back now at this point, you know what I mean? I mean, being out for so long, and then just, has it taken you a little while to kind of get back in the swing of it?
Oh, definitely. Because I missed the spring, so I didn't do too much in the spring, and then fall camp was like my first time back actually like playing football, and so kind of getting in the groove of things. And as we all know, it takes time and it takes reps and actually doing it to get back used to things. And so the point that I'm at now is I feel comfortable now.
Just the reality of the situation, not disparaging anyone, obviously, but I mean, you got 3 different guys playing quarterback right now. Is that challenging as a receiver to go out there and still make plays?
Honestly, no, because we have reps with all of them throughout practice and even after practice, and we play toss and catch with all of them. And so in some shape, form, or fashion, we have chemistry with all of the quarterbacks, and I trust whoever's back there.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned taking the year off in 2021. In the ROTC program, you're still having to stay in shape and everything. So instead of being a college student and gaining like the freshman 15 or anything like that, how much did that help get you back into football shape so that way by week 6 you're getting back to where you were versus maybe needing the full season to get back to where you need to be?
It helped a lot, honestly. So where it was with ROTC is like, with football, you run, it's like 8 to 10 seconds. It's fast, it's over with, and then you turn around, you run another sprint, 8 to 10 seconds. And so ROTC, completely different story. We run long. They ran long distances, in which I had never done in my life. Like they were like, oh yeah, we'll casually go run, 3-4 miles, and I'm like, ooh, like that's a lot of running. But it definitely did help coming back to football because. I mean, if you're able to run 3-4 miles, then you have some wind under you. And then obviously it's different on the body coming back and training with Coach Dom and his staff, and like the demeanor behind it, and like the intensity, because you run 3-4 miles, you're kind of pacing it, so it's not really like that intense. It's just a long drawn out distance, and so with football it's just way more intense and it's different.
The game of, going up on the road again, back-to-back weeks and doing it against a team where, like Coach Bree said, you're probably going to be favored. How do you guys treat this, with the not getting complacent, overconfident, that type of thing?
We treat them all the same. No game is smaller or bigger than any other one this season, and we'll take it that way. We'll prep, we'll stay focused and locked in, and we'll treat it just like every other game that we play.
Talked to Day tonight after the game, and just about the grit of this team, and you guys finding a way to win these 50-50 games that could go either way. What is that grit mentality? Where does that come from for you guys?
For us, it starts in the locker room. Honestly, like it's the little things that count the most, like keeping your locker clean and holding each other accountable. Because if you do that and we can trust each other with the small things as far as like keeping the locker clean and just holding up the standard, then you know that when we get on the field, you can depend on that guy to play every snap. Like it depends on, like the game is on the line. And that's from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. We play for 60 minutes and everybody on this team realizes that. And we just do what's necessary in order to get the job finished.
What kind of energy does he bring?
Day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, kid's wired all the time, all the time. I love it though because it's needed. It's needed because I mean, obviously you have some slow days in which not everybody is up to it, but seeing Day is always going to bring a smile to your face. Always.
Has that been a big change this year for the locker room, just having a guy like that in there?
Oh, definitely. It helps, yeah. And it's contagious. It is. You see one guy doing it, it's like, man, that guy's in a good mood. Like, let me adopt that. And then you just see a couple more guys, and like I said, it's contagious. And so everybody in the locker room at some point will be fired up.
Have you had a chance to watch any UMass film yet?
We started this morning. Yes, sir. And then I'll go back in there and do it.
First impressions of their defense, because they're not giving up a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
And they've forced 10 turnovers, they get some sacks. Vastly different team than you guys have faced in the last few years.
Yeah, definitely. So I know back in 2020, they were kind of like developing or coming along. And so to my understanding, the coaches, they know what they're doing, and they have a good defensive scheme, and yeah, they're solid. They're solid.
You think it'll be a little more challenging playing on their home field than seeing them here?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. All road games, I feel like it's hard. You're going into their homeland, so it's always difficult.
Probably be nice to get back on a plane this week too, right? That's
Yeah.
nice.
Bus ride.
Aakil, defensively, you guys made some plays again, got 2 more turnovers. How would you grade your performance considered to you?
My performance, our coach gives us grades. I graded really well. I didn't have crazy amount of production, but I was on my assignments 99% of the time. I did my job, and that at the end of the day will help my teammates do their job, so I just kind of marries up very well together.
How the whole unit do you feel?
I feel like in the back end a little bit we slipped up sometimes. I gave away some big explosive plays. Even in the front though, like we all didn't play our best game, but I mean, I would still say we really shut them down. Really, I know that every time they had an explosive play, it usually just ended up in a turnover for us, so they ended up scoring. So it's just like the little stuff we have to fix. So there's always stuff we can fix.
We talked to you back in the spring and then preseason about the move to linebacker. How do you feel you've done this year playing that inside position and also going to bandit at times to, be able to get after the quarterback?
So beginning of the season, I wasn't really that comfortable. Like I was just getting into the scheme and learning the plays really. But now I would say I'm real comfortable, and now I just have to learn how to just do my job and just come off and just make plays off of it. Because throughout the season, I could start seeing my progression, like learning the plays and stuff, and it makes me happy because I'm seeing my progress. I didn't know if the transition was gonna be like real easy for me because of new plays and like stuff I had to read. But after like going throughout the games, I've just seen myself progress more and more, and I like it a lot. And this last game, I was finally able to rush off the edge when we put our dime packages in and stuff, so I like that too. That's something I got to get back used to because I haven't been rushing a lot, so I just have to get back used to it.
You said that's the biggest change for you up to this point, just getting used to doing that again?
Rushing, I would say it's the biggest change. It's kind of like I haven't done something in a while, so I just have to get back in the motion and stuff.
What's the most challenging part of the change, you think?
Like going from bandit to linebacker? Probably it was really just learning the plays. I feel like everything else was kind of natural to me, really.
There's just a lot more going on. That you have to account
way more than I was at D-line. Like when I was at D-line, like so I didn't tell anybody this, but like when I was at bandit, like I was really just playing football, see ball, get ball. He gives you your sign gap and stuff. But then I went to linebacker, like. As I was learning the plays, I had to learn like different coverages and stuff. Like I heard a cover 3 and 4, but like I really didn't even know what was going on because like it didn't really have anything to do with me. So now I'm learning what the safeties are doing and the corners, like while I'm on the field and what my job is and our zones and stuff. So it all kind of it was all new to me.
How do you study for that? Like, do you treat it like you're taking a test, like when you're learning this stuff during the week, or is there anything that you do to help yourself?
Yeah, so when I'm in the meeting room with coach and he's installing stuff, like when we first started in the spring, I have this notebook that I have and I kind of just write down notes. And like I do a Tuesday practice notes, like stuff that I have to correct or stuff that I'm learning. And every single day I do it. And then the next day, if I get the same thing, I'll check it off. And then I have my game notes for the mistakes I had. Like for last game, I only had to write 2 things in the notes. But like the game before, it was probably like 3 or 4. But like as I've been going throughout the week, I've been seeing the notes getting smaller because I'm learning more and I'm adjusting better to all this stuff. But yeah, it's really just my notebook. I take a lot of notes and I look over them day before the game throughout the week. It just helps keep it in my head a lot.
Does it help being in Coach Aldridge's room still,
Yeah, with the same coach.
Process things.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to go progression. 2020, your freshman year, you were just strictly a defensive end, and then you moved to bandit last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year it's more inside and bandit. And you brought up learning coverages. As a guy who's been a primary pass rusher your entire life, what was that process of how much extra study did you have to do? How much did you lean on maybe teammates, coaches for learning how to be in your coverage if you're having to come off the line and be there working, whether it's a hook or curl or in the flat?
So like when I was at Bandit, I actually liked dropping. In my head though, I didn't want to play linebacker, but like it's really just I was just trying to learn techniques and stuff. It's really like I don't know. There's so much. It depends what play it is and stuff. But like when I was at Bandit, I had like one drop, and it was just to the flats basically. That's all it was. But then when I'm at linebacker now, so I have hooks and buzzes and all this other stuff. So it's not really a big difference because I like dropping, so I was kind of already in tune with it. When I switched to linebacker, that was one of the main stuff I was focusing on, like getting into my drops and stuff more than like all the other stuff. That was the main focus.
You found yourself connected with any of the guys in the linebacker room now? I mean, you find yourself connected to any of those guys, any of the new guys, becoming closer friends, that type of thing?
Like in the linebacker room? Probably Ahmad and Mike and Tyron. Really everybody. We're a big family in there, so I wouldn't like single anybody out specifically. But like I really am close with everybody. Even the new freshmen and stuff like Caden and Caleb and Owen and all of them. I'm really close with all of them.
Game plan this week for UMass. How much have you been able to see them up to this point?
They don't really give us anything. I mean, it's probably like we're seeing new stuff, but it's kind of the same old, still regular stuff. It's nothing new or any crazy adjustments. We're just gonna go out there and play football at the end of the day. Keep doing what we've been doing.
A game like this, where you're favored, as a defense. I mean, is it good to be able to come out and get off to a fast start? Just kind of establish things, especially going on the road to somebody else's house. That important this week? Yeah.
So like. Coach always preaches like it doesn't matter who we're playing, we're still gonna go out there with the same mentality. Like we could be playing LCA tomorrow or something, but we would still have to go out there with like we don't treat anybody, underestimate anybody because they could come back and like surprise us, and then we're caught off guard, and that just starts us off bad. So we try to just go out there with the mindset, like even if it's an away game, like just go out there 100% and hit them in the mouth as soon as we get out there, so they know that like we're here to play, and it'll start us off fast. Because if we start off slow, it's kind of hard to get our confidence back, offense and defense, really.
Probably getting 14 points, 5-2 again, would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Get you guys hyped up, seeing the offense go out and making big plays like that. I mean,
yeah, it does.
Did you watch it? Did you have a good look at Javian's catch?
Oh yeah, I saw it right. It was like to the right of me. I saw him catch. I was kind of in shock. I was like, it kind of looked fake to me. I was like, that was crazy.
You guys had to prepare for a +1 run when you guys played Akron. Mm-hmm. Their quarterback runs the ball more than he throws it. From a linebacker position, whether you're a bandit, what's the key for you guys into defending a +1 run?
So it's good. So we really just gotta keep your leverage. I mean, it just depends like where you're at on the field and stuff. But the whole thing is just keeping your leverage and just being aware that like this quarterback can run, so don't bite too much on the running back when they do RPO or whatever they want to do. Just don't bite too much. Just play patient, and the quarterback is going to come at you.